Well, hey there, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast Live Edition. We're on Facebook and YouTube right now, and we'll get people on and then kick off the regular show. It's just me, Jeep, and Terry in the studio again tonight. Scheduling, life is just that way, right? So I'll give people a chance to get on. Mark, how's it going? Long time no see. Yeah, just hanging out, waiting. Oh, there's Mike. What's happening, Mike? And Will. Maybe Kristen's around as well. Who knows? Um, I hate that I missed the club camping event. Um, I don't hate that I missed the rain, though. You know me and the rain. What's up, Jake? How's it going, Bo? Oh, Heather. Hope you're recovering all right and enjoying, well, I guess, yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, how about it? Mike, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. How you doing, buddy? Well, we're jamming right now. I love it. I love it. We'll give a few more minutes. Everybody go out and share it. We're going to, I think it's a good topic tonight. You know, it's hot Jeep summer getting ready. And, you know, it's a time of year where I personally am just waiting for that next adventure. And um, it's coming. It's coming. I've had my spring. I'm ready. Um, so yeah, it's all good. Let's see what else. I'm writing the show notes as we're getting on. That's how prepared I am. And I, got my Jeep dog here with just laying here. We went for another walk, and I think she's tuckered out. So if you hear her in the background or anything, sorry about that. It is what it is. I would love to be able to take her on some of my events. Maybe, definitely next year. She's a little too young to take out this year. Um, she's very high maintenance right now. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna hit this button and kick it off. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate the Jeep life and everything that goes along with it. We are proudly presented by Armorlite, the toughest flooring on the trail. Right now, our listeners get a exclusive Armorlite discount code of Jeep Life Podcast 10 for a complete Armorlite system at goarmorlite.com. Our thanks to them for being continued supporters of the Jeep Life Podcast and just really good friends. Everybody, I'm Jeep and Terry, and I'm your host of Jeep Life Podcast, and I'm doing a solo again tonight. It's, it is what it is. Life and people are busy this time of year. It's crazy. So you get stuck with me, and hopefully, with my traveling, I'll be a little more consistent for us. But it's good to be back here on a Monday night, seeing my friends live. on air and comments that come up. So keep those comments coming. Tonight's topic is hot Jeep summer. We're going to all the cool places for the summer. Where do you want to go? If you send it in on the Facebook, or if you put it in our comments, and maybe we'll talk about your location this summer, and where you want to go, or where you're going to go. If you already have plans, throw that in there as well. For me personally, Jeeping in the last week has been minimal and almost just like menial tasks. I haven't gotten to do a lot top down. There've been a couple times that the top came down and drove around, but my kid was graduating some of my high school, so I was focusing on that, and trying to keep, all the stuff that goes along with that, family coming in and visit, all that stuff, and just trying to keep up with it. But I did have a couple tasks that I needed to do. I could hear the bubbles in the Jeep when I would run it, and it would run hot, like incredibly hot, almost overheating. So I did have some air in the line, and it was crazy. But I'm like, I'm just going to do it. So I pulled out the coolant burping system, threw it, unscrewed the cap, found the right little connector and the cap, and so that sealed that off. Put the big funnel in, dumped a little bit of coolant in there, and then just started it up, and it just bubbled right on out. It was crazy how quick that bubble escaped. The key to that was, kind of parking it on an angle in my driveway, just slightly uphill, so that all the air would come to the top, or to the front, if you will. So it didn't take long for it to kick up, and the thermostat, I was worried about it failing, because it's been a hot minute, and I went through like 5 different thermostats, so I wanted to make sure that it was okay. I could tell that it just sucked the coolant right in and got all the air out. Unbelievable. Started up, drove around the block. Temperatures were in with range. It's amazing how that little bit of effort kind of changed things. So that was fun. It was I've been kind of dreading it, but it was simple, simple to do. Then yesterday I got out and I was just cleaning out my Jeep. I've been traveling, and Lexi's Jeep got put in the shop and everything, so she drove mine for probably 5 or 6 weeks, and she's a teenager, so it got a little messy. So yesterday was all about cleaning it. Or was it yesterday? No, it was Saturday. I don't know, might have been yesterday. All about cleaning it out, and I had seat cover replacements to put on. Might have been on for several years, and just, things putting on it. They had ripped and torn, and it was amazing the amount of pine needles, dirt, sand, and everything that was underneath those. So cleaned all that out, put new seat covers on, and the interior looks like a different Jeep. I mean, it's the same. I use the same color scheme as before. I've got like a charcoal gray that matches the black. The charcoal gray matches my wheels, and then of course it all complements the red. So that little change kind of impacted a lot. And if you don't have seat covers, those cloth seats in the JKs and JLs fade pretty quick if you're a top down kind of person, and I would recommend getting a set of seat covers for that reason. I have the diver down seat covers from Quadratec. They work just fine. If I was smart, I'd probably get the Bartec. Those are a little bit more heavy duty and a little higher quality than the Quadratec. But even if I replace them, every couple years, I don't feel bad doing it, and as I'm not spending a lot of money. So, it is what it is. Since we're coming back to Hot Jeep Summer, I'm going to put that on pause and I'm going to talk about some reviews. We have some reviews. Thank you to our listeners for reaching out and filling those out. It means the world. It helps people find us. We're a niche podcast in a niche industry, and for people to be able to find us, it makes all the difference in the world. So please, if you get a chance and you haven't done so already, go in to whatever you get your podcasts, or Google or Facebook, and give us a review, as it's a big deal to us. We appreciate it so much. Our first one is from Mudhorn Gladiator, and this is from Facebook. Listen to the new episode. Glad you're back. Wish I knew you were on the road. I drove my Gladiator from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Mesquite, Nevada, and back for Trail Hero Expeditions. Might have been able to meet up somewhere. Keep up the great work with the podcast, and best of luck with everything. Hopefully I'll see you at Bantam. I'll be trail guiding at Cooper's Lake on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings. Awesome. That would have been great. I actually have a friend that I talked to while I was out in Flagstaff that lives in Mesquite, Nevada, and it's not a big place. So that would have been cool. But yeah, to drive your Jeep from Pittsburgh to Mesquite, that's a haul. That's a good drive out. And then you got to do some Trail Hero stuff out there. That's really cool. So Mudhorn Gladiator, thank you. And I will be at Bantam. I'll be there at the Oracle Lighting booth. I probably won't get to go out on any trail rides. I don't get to do any of the fun stuff. But I'll be downtown in the Invasion. Have the Jeep Wrangler, the Oracle Jeep Wrangler down there, and maybe handing out some goodies. So make sure to come see me when you're there. Hey, Troy, our listener, happy birthday. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and that's really cool. I'm glad you're on here so I could. Now, from the podcast app, the Apple Podcast app, this is entitled Best Jeep Podcast. It's from Frank White, Texas, is the name that is using. So I'm assuming it's Frank White from Texas. Well, thanks for putting that in, Frank. When I'm on a long drive, this podcast melts away the miles. It's like hanging in the shop, wrenching with your buddies, except they're smarter and more interesting. Yeah, I've never been accused of being smart. But interesting, we'll definitely take that and have a good time. Thanks, Frank, for that. I appreciate it. And, when I'm on a long haul, I do like a good podcast. It helps move the miles along, especially, when you're going from, one side of the country to the next. That's a big deal. Now, earlier, Mudhorn Gladiator said he's going to be in Bantam. Bantam is coming up very, very quick. I leave on Thursday for Bantam. So June 13th through the 15th is Bantam Jeep Festival in Butler, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of Jeep. I only have like 3 or 4 events. Nobody sent in any events, and I haven't really done any effort to update the events. But Bantam will be there. Make sure to stop by. Let's get a selfie. Tag me. Come by and see me in Butler in downtown. I'll have the Wranglers, I said. July 11th through the 13th, New Jersey Jeep Invasion in Wildwood, Pennsylvania. That is always a favorite. I've got people texting me today making sure I'm going to be in the area. Definitely going to be there. We'll have a booth. I'll have quite a few Jeeps in the booth, some really impressive builds. I'm going to have Clever Girl there. Mine should be there with all the new Rock Crawler suspension and all the Globex performance stuff, so you can check out all that stuff and look at that. And of course, all the Oracle stuff that'll be on the vehicle. I think we're going to have 5 or 6 vehicles this year. So our thanks to everybody that that's going to be in our booth, and that'll be a good time. July 18th through the 20th is PA Jeeps All Breeds in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. That's always a fan favorite. I wish I could be there, but unfortunately I have another event that weekend. It'd be great too, but won't make it this year. Then we're going to Tennessee, and we're going to come see you Tennessee folks and new Tennessee folks. But we have the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion August 21st to the 23rd in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and that is a great time. It's a huge show, right? It's a selling show, it's a buying show, it's a hanging out after show, it's a going along the parkway, showing off all your lights in the evening. The downside is it's high traffic, but man, it's such a good time, and seeing everybody's different builds, because there's something for everybody. And that's all I have on the events page. As we go into the fall, I'll update those. I know we're doing the fall Jeep Invasion in New Jersey. That'll be a good time. It's Ocean City, I think, again this year. But it's a good time. We do sponsor both of those shows, so we have nighttime events at them. I think, I can't remember which night. I'll update everybody to see which night we're going to be. But it's it's a good time with giving out awards for best lights with Oracle Lighting. So it's a good time, and I'll try to do a live episode or two while I'm there. All right, if you have events, send them to us. info@jeeplifepodcast.com. I did have some requests for stickers. I got those out in the mail. Joseph asked for some, and I think Amy asked for some. So I got those sent out. And if you want a sticker, contact us on any of our socials or info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and I'll send out a sticker, and you can wear it proudly on your Jeep, or you can sticker slap somebody else's vehicle. I don't care. I'm not going to say that a Corvette got sticker slapped with one of our stickers in the past, right, Breakabilly? Tonight we are on our summer adventure. At least I am in my mind. So we're getting ready to go because, why not? It's sunshine, open trails, and the Jeeps are built for it, right? I know that every time I'm in my vehicle with the top down and I'm just feeling the wind and the breeze and being able to see the clouds, the sky, or the moon, I'm reminded that's exactly why I got this vehicle. Everything else is just gravy. But that's it. So why summer? That's Jeep season in my mind. Summer just hits different when you've got a Jeep, right? And the longer days, camping trips, off-road events, beach rides, mountain trails. This is our season. This is our time. In the great words of Herb Brooks, this is our time. So everything's happening this summer. We talked about some of the events that we've had. There's meetups all the time. I think our club does ice cream socials, right? So it's perfect, and it kind of top down living life. So what are the top destinations for summer 2025? I started a list, and maybe some of it ends up on your list. If it doesn't, throw a note in the chat or the comments and let me know where your destination is for the summer. Number one is Moab, Utah. And the only drawback about going in the summer is it's really hot. It's in the desert. It's going to be hot. But it's Jeep heaven. It's basically Jeep heaven, and Slick Rock, Hell's Revenge, Fins and Things, all the Metal Masher, Pritchett Canyon, all the great trails are out there. If it's not on your bucket list or you haven't done it, it should be, and you should get out there. I know that there's some people that are going out this summer, and get out there, have a good time. The food in town is good. The people are great. I just love everything about it. I love the small town feel to it. but every direction is a new adventure, and so make sure to get out and enjoy that. All right, number 2, Ouray, Colorado. It's known as the Switzerland of America. There's shelf roads, there's alpine trails, there's waterfalls, scenery for days. So Colorado is another one of those states that's just absolutely gorgeous. We get up there above the tree level or tree line, and the views are just incredible. So that's one that I haven't spent enough time in, and I would like to either before one of my Moab adventures or after get out there and hit some of the trails there, because I've heard nothing but amazing things. So maybe that's on my bucket list. Number 3, and we're going to bring it to the East Coast, Uwharrie National Forest in North Carolina. It's the perfect weekend wheeling getaway. Tight trails, mud, rocks, camping, everything all in one spot. And this is one that I could easily throw a slash up there and go Windrock in Tennessee, because they're very similar environments. I love both areas to wheel. It's great. I grew up in the mountains of East Tennessee wheeling, and there's nothing like being on a tight road, and your line is not free for guessing. You've got a tree over here on this side and a rock on this side, and you have to go right down the middle. It's you don't get a lot of forgiveness. So that's one of the reasons I love the East Coast, because it's different than out west. Next, number 4 would be Hollister Hills in California. It was my go-to place when I was out there. It was 3 hours away. I could hop down and go out and wheel. And it's, that typical East Coast wheeling or West Coast wheeling. It's a little more open, a lot of dirt, a lot of sand, not as much mud and rock. But it's a great place to go. So if you're out in that way, make sure to go ahead, head that up. Number 5. Hollyoaks, Michigan. And one of the reasons I like this spot is Detroit 4Fest hosts their annual event there. It's got a little bit of everything. It's almost got dunes. It's out there. It's good. It's not a huge area, but it really is great. And it's outside of in Michigan, so it's perfect. Head out and do that. Number 6. And this one, there was too much of it covered in snow when I was out there to hit it up. The Rubicon Trail in California. It is definitely a bucket list for me. I definitely want to get out there and spend some time on that trail. It has everything. It has everything I want. You can. I've seen pictures of. I want to get out and lay around on a raft in a pool underneath a waterfall after wheeling all day. I think that's just really cool. So go out and do the Rubicon Trail. That's on my bucket list, and I would love to get out there this summer. Don't think that's going to happen. Not enough room in my schedule. But also our local trails. Get out and do your local trail. Here our park, Roush Creek, and famous Redding Off-Road, and our home park at Anthracite Outdoor Adventure area. That's where we'll be when we're not doing events. We're out wheeling and having a good time there. So get out to your local park. Make that a destination. Support those folks as well. And of course, before you go, you got to pack smart. So I'm just going to do real quick, kind of, what do you take on these adventures? Where do you take them? Plenty of water. You need water for just about anything. So water jugs, bottles in the cooler, whatever you need. Hydration packs, plenty of water, because you never know when your engine might overheat and you need to just do an emergency, throw water in there. So have plenty of water. Keep your body hydrated, like I'm going to do right now. Recovery gear. Never leave home without it. throw your bag in, make sure it's in there. Pull it out before you go and inspect all your equipment. Make sure it's in good condition before you take it out there and need to rely on it. I keep all mine in one bag, and one of the things I did on Sunday was actually empty my recovery bag, take it out, empty it, and then kind of reorganize it, take out the things I didn't need, and then made sure everything looked good and was in good condition before I put it back on. This one, depending on where you are, you might need a shade setup. So, in Moab, there's not a lot of shade and not a lot of opportunities for that. So, do something to be able to get out of the sun, whether that's, a parasol umbrella or, an easy up if somebody has one in, or an awning on your Jeep. I know that there's several folks that have those awnings. Open them up. Take the moment to open them up and get out of the sun. Speaking of sun protection, hats, sunscreen. And the thing I forget the most often is some sort of lip care, right? Because especially if you're in the altitude out in Moab or anywhere, everything just dries up. It's rough. And trash bags. Pack it in, pack it out. Make sure you have the ability to leave things better than you found it. I think this one I should have put 9 stars beside it as an emphasis. Tread lightly. Throw it back on you, on the back of your Jeep or whatever. Just have a plan for getting rid of trash. So pack it in, pack it out. And then the last on my list is bug spray. I don't know how many things, it's not necessarily ruined, but definitely dampened when you got stung by a bee or mosquito bites or just gnats everywhere. Have some sort of bug spray with you to help you out. We're always on the go. And I honestly, most of that stuff's in my Jeep as it is. I've got a couple power tank cliffhanger bags underneath my back seats, which are the coolest bags. I mean, I don't have a lot of room, but you get like 4 or 5 of them. And I have one for sweatshirts. I have one for all my power tank equipment. I have one for all my sprays and stuff like that. So it's a really my remote for my winch. It's a good thing. Gloves, good thing to have to be able to throw under the seats. I just used to throw my hoodies underneath the seats and they get soaking wet and all that stuff. But in the bags, they're taken care of. They're out of the elements and they're protected from dirt and rain. So our shout out to Power Tank. It's a good thing. They're partners of the show. Use their discount Jeep Life Pod 15 on a complete system at checkout at powertank.com. I did, while I was out at Overland Expo, get to hang out with Tyler for a little bit, and I like those guys. They're just really, really good. Jake, you just hit on something it's a big deal. Great advice. Take a roll or two of toilet paper. I have a roll in my Jeep, and it's in a dry bag, so it's not going to get wet or anything. So I keep it in the back where some Jeeps have a cargo space or a subwoofer back in the cargo area, and I just keep a roll right there. It's good TP. It's not the thin stuff, so I like that. It's a really, really good idea. And some cleaning wipes to go along with that. I always have dude wipes with me as well. And I think it's women on the right, men on the left, because women are always right, so respect their privacy while they're having to visit the tree on the right. But man, that's a great advice to add to the list. If anybody else, if you have follow up, I'll take it. You want to do you want to send us an email. My brain just went blank. I apologize for that. info@jeeplifepodcast.com. If you have a place that you like to go, or a part of that list that you always keep in your Jeep or take it out, make sure to send it there. Or if you want a sticker, email me, info@jeeplifepodcast.com, and I'll get it out. With that, make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube. I know that we got a couple of people watching us on YouTube, so thank you for that. Comment everywhere. Use all of our social medias. Tag us in anything that you do. We'll give you a shout out. If you want to show off your rig, tag us in it. We'll show it off. The other way you can help out is be a Patreon sponsor. You don't have to give a lot. We have multiple levels. Just help us out. It's not cheap what we do, but we love doing it, but we would appreciate the help. So let us know how, if you want to be a sponsor. We do have early content or blogs on our Patreon page, so make sure to be a sponsor and help us out. Thanks to our sponsor, our presenting sponsor, Armalite, for helping us out and showing off that you are the toughest flooring on the trail. And as always, it's been a hot minute. I'm going to try to get some more content for next week, because we'll be at Bantam. Come by and see us. Anyway, I'm Jeep and Terry, and here's a big Jeep wave to you, everyone. Everybody live, I appreciate you coming up. And Scott, hope things are going well in Tennessee. I miss it, and I'm glad you guys are in the borough. That's my home away from home. All right, anyway, see you guys. Thanks for coming on.